Good afternoon and welcome to the Pete Maravich Assembly Center here in Baton Rouge on the campus of LSU. Game one here for the Baton Rouge Regional on this Friday afternoon is complete. Michigan gets the win over UNLV by the score of 71-59. We are joined by UNLV head coach Lindy LaRocque to my immediate left. Next to her, we have Desi Young, 11 points, 8 rebounds on today's game. And then on the far end of the table, we have Essence Booker, 16 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds in today's game. What we will do for the process here, for those who are joining us via Zoom, when it's time to open up for questions, if you do, please hit the raise hand toggle on your Zoom and we will come to you. We'll start with an opening comment from Coach, and then we'll have about 10 minutes of questions for the players only first. Then we'll dismiss the players, and we'll finish up with questions for the head coach. So, Coach, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First off, just congrats to a really terrific Michigan team. They're good. They're really good. They're really well coached. They've got great post players and great guard play. Obviously, they challenged us on a number of levels tonight, and wish them well moving forward. In regards to our team, I couldn't be more proud of the season that we've had. We don't know what this feels like because we haven't had to since December, for good reason, because we've got a heck of a team as well, and really proud of our fight. And just being able to stay together through a lot of adversity since November, frankly. So, obviously this one stings, and it's going to be with us for a little bit, but we'll carry it with us and be better.
All right, Coach, thank you. Now, if you have a question for either one of the players, please raise your hand. We do have a microphone to bring around because this is being streamed, and please address which player you're asking your question for, and we'll open up the floor right now for questions to either Desi or Essence.
Essence, obviously not the ending you might have imagined, but just kind of reflecting on your career at UNLV and everything you were able to achieve, I guess how does it feel to kind of look back on that, even though it's kind of fresh?
I mean, I feel good. I don't think I would have chose any other university to come to, and in my career in Las Vegas with my teammates and the coaching staff, despite our loss today, it doesn't change anything or my decision coming here.
Like you found a little bit of rhythm there in the second half. What was kind of working for you guys, and did you kind of feel like you had any momentum kind of coming out of halftime?
That first half, we kind of beat ourselves up. I felt like we played our worst basketball. It looked like a practice that we came to off of vacation, it felt like, and we were only down by 8 points. So I felt in the second half that we just had to come out and we had to throw the first punch, and we did, but they continued to fight back, and they just ended up winning that fight. But I just knew for my teammates I had to stay aggressive and control the wheel so that they could follow, and I tried to do that the entire game. I mean, why not? It could be my last game, right?
Desi, do you feel like it was tough for you to get into a bit of a rhythm early on with the foul trouble, maybe not being able to get the ball enough just given that situation?
Yeah, I do. It was tough. They're a great team down there. I think we played good, though, trying to, not beat ourselves up as much. So I say, yeah.
Just for you, too, I mean, obviously a great career at UNLV. For you, what are you going to remember most just about what this team was able to do this year?
I mean, I think we were just able to execute all the time and just, control our own destiny. We think we did a great job of just taking it one day at a time and not thinking so much ahead.
When both of you guys kind of left the court, you kept your head up high. You kind of see those moments sometimes where people might be emotional, but you seem kind of proud of what you guys have done this season. Can either one of you speak to that?
I mean, I shed a few tears. I'm not going to lie, as soon as I subbed my last substitution, but I am going to hold my head high just because I am proud of what we've done, and this loss doesn't dictate all the things that we've done and made history in our program. So yeah, I'm gonna hang my head high, and I'm gonna pick up my teammates and continue to do that, even if it was my last game today.
Can you just speak on the talent, the depth, and the young talent on your team, that how you guys build off this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the message moving forward. Essence has been our leader, and now she's passing the torch, and we've got great young players that have some big shoes to fill with her and Justice and Kiana, frankly. Kiana got minutes today, but what Kiana does is she's made Desi a heck of a player in practice and just her leadership on our team. So we've got a great senior group. that there's going to be a lot of things that people are going to learn from them and kind of take the reins, because we've got more ahead for our program and where we're going, and we have great young talent that we believe in.
For Desi first, I know you went back into the game after the fall, but just how are you feeling after that? And then secondly, what kind of coverages or schemes do you think they were playing against you?
I feel pretty good after the fall. I think they were just doing a lot of chair pulling, trying to front, just baiting me into different things.
For either of the players. If not, we're good. Essence and Desi, congratulations on your seasons. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. The rest of the questions here for Coach. If you have any questions for Coach, please raise your hand. We'll bring the microphone to you.
Can you talk a little more about how Michigan's post players challenged your team today?
Yeah, they're big and physical. I think they obviously keyed in on Desi, and post play is a big part of their game. So it wasn't something that they hadn't done, but they have some big bodies, and they kind of bring them one after another after another. And so I think it was just she didn't walk down the court once without getting hit, and that takes a toll on a player. And when you can bring 2 or 3 or 4 of them off the bench to keep doing that to one player, then that's what happened. But they're physical down there, and they met her early, and they did a great job.
I think you knew going into this game that their defensive length, especially at the guard spots, was going to be a challenge for you guys. Just how do you feel like that affected you, especially in that first half?
I didn't think it really did, to be honest. I thought our guards, Justice got to the rim a couple of times. I thought we had great looks. I mean, man, in that first quarter, a couple of those shots, we had some wide open looks. Essence had great pull-ups, the same pull-ups she's, had all year. They were long, but I mean, to be honest, once I saw them in person, they weren't much bigger than players we play in our conference, and so I really don't think it affected us too much.
What have kind of the seniors on this team, Kiana, Essence, and Justice, meant to you?
Man, everything, frankly. Kiana has been with me since day one, someone that bought in from the day I got hired, and there's probably not a better teammate in that locker room than Kiana Wilfred, a student athlete. She's a leader for us, on and off the court. Justice, obviously I'd known her kind of from afar since she was playing in high school in town. Same with Essence, and Justice is consistent, and she works really hard. She's extremely athletic, and she wants to win, and she knows how to win. And then Essence, it's just been obviously Essence and I have a really close relationship, being the point guard, and investing a lot of time into each other, and those three will forever be etched on my heart.
What do you see as the next steps for this program that you've built?
I mean, we're here, and last year it was like, well, is it going to be a one-hit wonder? Are we going to be able to get back here? And here we are. And again, we're knocking on the door, and so we've got enough talent in our locker room to do this again and more. Obviously, there's going to be different roles, but we're really excited about the young players that we have. Kiera Jackson, she's going to be our point guard next year, and she knows it. She was a little timid today, I think, early, but she's going to be ready, and I think we expect to be here. We expected to win today. I think that was the biggest thing. We expected to win.
Time for 1 or 2 more questions for Coach.
Hi, it looked like you had went zone for a little bit, and then the outside shooting, especially from Nolan, kind of countered that. Just can you talk about the impact of that shooting when you threw the zone out there?
Our press into our zone is a part of kind of who we are and what we do. I thought it did a great job of actually speeding them up. We lost her a couple of times, and she's a terrific shooter, and she made us pay. That was probably a little bit of some slippage on our end, but I thought our press was good to us, but they're pretty good, so they kind of make you pay, and that's our zone is what we do. So we were going to try it.
Before we finish.
Hello, this is Andrew Kahn. This is Andrew Kahn from the Ann Arbor News. Thanks for taking my question. Michigan went to the Elite Eight last year and Sweet 16 before that. In what ways, if any, was their experience sort of noticeable out there today, if you felt it was?
Yeah. I mean, they're a really good team. Obviously, they've been here, but so have we. They have, I think they have some veteran players, some fifth-year players, Brown and Kaiser. They've been there. They're just as experienced, and I thought there was two experienced teams out there playing a really good basketball game. I didn't think we looked unexperienced. It just didn't go our way.
You said you expected to win. It seemed like the fans that showed up expected you guys to win. Every time you were kind of giving the ref some noise, they were giving them even more. And how much did it mean to kind of come out into the court and see all that red directly across from your bench?
Yeah. We're Paloma knows, but however many miles away we are, we have great families on our team that support not just their daughters, but our whole team regardless. A great, collective of fans that traveled across the country, and they were loud, and we heard them, and it just means a lot. I mean, there's a good amount of red in there, and they were loud, and they were doing everything that they can to try to help swing momentum and score some points for our team. Although they don't get any on the scoreboard, we're really grateful for our fans and especially the ones that were able to travel. And I know there was a watch party at home, and I'm sure that bar was packed with people screaming at the TV too.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on your season, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Enjoy the time with that beautiful baby, too. Once again, we thank you for your time here. We'll take a quick moment to reset. We'll be back with the University of Michigan. Until then, we thank you for joining us here in Baton Rouge.